Recovery on Air, the official podcast of Crossroads Addiction Rehabilitation. Candid discussion about addiction and recovery with the people who have lived it, along with input from experts on the journey from struggle to triumph. Laugh, cry, and be inspired. And now, your host for Recovery on Air, Christin Day.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Recovery on Air, where we talk about the good, the bad, the miracles. Today's guest, I'm super excited because I really don't know your story too much. I know about, starting the newspaper and all of that, but I'm super excited. So, Miss Barbara Brown, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on today.
I'm so excited to get into this. So, I've known you for a while. I met you
6 years.
Yeah. And you met me right after I had my surgery too.
Right.
About that.
I did. Right.
Yeah. And we had lunch and I showed you my stomach that they cut out.
And it was quite a lunch.
And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, we have been.
But so you're a recovering alcoholic?
Yes. I will be 36 years sober. I'd like to say 36 years old, but that's not going to happen.
Yes.
Again, in June on the 17th. And my story, I'm just a full-blown alcoholic.
Okay.
I threw a little drugs in when I could.
Yeah.
And I never felt good in my skin.
Okay.
Like a lot of us. We just don't feel good who we are or whatever. Somebody said something and it hurt my feelings, and I end up in a spiral as a young kid.
Did you grow up here?
No, I grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
And I lived there up until I was about 30, and then I moved to New York City.
Wow.
And that's where my alcoholism really took off. But I drank, not consistently, but I started drinking my first drink when I was 14.
Okay.
And it was kids at some kid's house, and a couple of us went upstairs and we saw a room that was a bar. Okay. The whole room was a bar.
Yes.
And had mirrored walls and everything, and we started pulling bottles off the shelves
and just drinking.
And then I said, "Hey, let's make a fancy cocktail," and we were pouring everything in this tumbler.
Wow.
I mean, awful stuff. Vermouth and creme de menthe and brandy and vodka and whiskey, shaking that up,
Oh,
and
God.
And we guzzled it down. And I remember, like it was yesterday, this heat coming from my throat all the way up to my head.
Yeah.
And I do remember waking up underneath a pool table.
Gotcha.
Or a ping pong table.
Yeah.
And I was sick, and I was scared because I had to go home.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the dead of winter in Chicago, and the snow was this deep,
Jesus.
And I don't even know how I got home.
Wow.
And I got to the back door, and my parents were standing like this.
You got caught.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I remember my mom said, "I hope you get sick." And as I was going to my bedroom, I was going up the stairs, I got really sick.
Yeah.
And so that was my first real experience with drinking, getting drunk. And now that I look back, that was my very first blackout. Because I think I was out 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
And these kids didn't know what to do. And they might have been blacked out too. I don't know.
Yeah.
So why I kept it up? I'm an alcoholic.
Were your parents?
My mom drank.
Gotcha.
And I witnessed a lot of dysfunction, like a lot of us do.
Right.
And I didn't like what it did to her. Mm-hmm. I saw how her personality changed and how this wasn't our mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything bad about her, but it was ugly.
Were you an only child? Or
No.
You had
so I had an older
siblings?
brother. I have an older brother and a younger sister.
Gotcha.
And it was my dad trying to keep the family together. And And my sister was actually she's 6 years younger than me, and she was the one that was going around the house looking for the empty bottles and bringing them out, saying, "See, I found this, I found this, I found this." And it was chaotic, and it was scary, and we didn't talk about it.
Gotcha.
And we were told, "Don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Don't
Just brush it under the rug.
Oh yeah." So there would be like family events, and she would, my mom would get drunk, and then we couldn't go to the event, or we'd leave her home, and then we would go to whatever, and it would be, "Where's your mother? Where's Aunt Val?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not feeling good."
Jesus.
She was always not feeling good. And there were certain days of the week that were scary to me.
Yeah.
Wednesday afternoons, she was bowling with the girls. And you never knew what was going to happen there. and so I was probably 14, 15. It was after my blip.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to my sister, "I will never be like that. I hate this."
Yeah.
Well,
and then we turned out. That.
So, I drank because it was fun.
Right.
I drank because, I don't know, I felt better about myself. I was prettier, taller, richer, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a better life. And most every time I drank, I blacked out.
Okay.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
I was driving. This was when I was in Chicago. I was driving.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but I was driving. I worked. I had some good jobs. I got married when I was 20, divorced at 23, and it wasn't because of drinking. It was just because we were young.
Yeah.
And we were stupid.
Yeah.
Do
you have kids?
No kids.
No kids. Wow.
And it was the mid-70s. We were
Yeah.
smoking pot and growing pot.
Living the hippie life.
Yeah, we were, drinking Ripple wine and
Yes.
whatever other crap they had in
Yeah.
those days. And it was like the music was fantastic.
Right.
But, as far as being married, we just,
Young and dumb.
too young.
Yeah.
But, and after that, I think I bounced around with jobs, and then I got into the restaurant world, which is a great place for somebody that likes to drink.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
You work, you're on your shift, people are buying booze, after work, everybody sit at the bar.
Yeah.
And
Did you bartend a little bit?
a little bit for myself.
Yeah.
Or you'd order drinks for somebody, and as you got to know the bartenders, and it was like this family, and one for me.
Right.
So we're drinking and working.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty lonely existence, if you think about it. I was working nights, sleeping days, hangovers most every day.
I couldn't do the hangovers.
Hanging with people I shouldn't be with.
Right.
Going out with people I shouldn't be going out
Yeah.
with. Like, I would never do this sober.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it when I'm hungover or
Right.
drunk. And, it was just a spiral to...
Gotcha.
It was like a spiral down, and
Did you ever go to treatment while you were in Chicago?
no.
No. Okay.
In fact, my mom, she did go to rehab. They called it sanitariums in those days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, we're going back. And it was a shameful thing.
Yeah. Everybody was judging you.
In the 60s, 70s. It was very shameful, especially for a woman.
Yeah.
And nobody talked about alcoholism outside of, I never heard anything about it. I know my mom tried a couple of meetings and she said, "Oh, I don't like them," or "I don't like," and I hear that now. People say, "I don't like the people, I don't like it." She eventually did get sober when my parents moved out here in 1977 or 8 because of my dad's health.
Gotcha.
And she never drank again.
Wow.
And my mom, she's one of these people that she doesn't do she doesn't do a program.
Okay.
She quit smoking at 83.
Wow.
Just one day she said, "I'm done."
And that was it. She's like, nope, I'm good.
I'm done. I don't want to smoke anymore.
Wow.
It's like,
That's amazing, though, that you can do that, Like, God, I wish it
so
was
she hadn't
that
had a
easy.
drink for 50 years, and then she quit smoking. But
Wow.
God bless her. She was a riot.
Yeah.
So they moved out here. I was kind of spinning around, and my brother and sister were in New York City. My brother had a design business. My sister was going to Juilliard. So these are two very well-educated,
Right.
smart kids. And I felt like,
You were the black sheep of the family.
well, I kind of was. Yeah, I was the black
Me
sheep.
too.
And I think my parents were so concerned that they somehow talked my brother into hiring me. Give your sister a job.
Kind of watch over her.
Watch over her. And he's like, I don't want to be responsible for her. But nothing was going right in Chicago.
Right.
So I got rid of most everything I had, and I flew out there, and my sister let me stay on the couch. She had a really nice apartment in the city.
Okay.
He gave me a job, which I moved down. I flew out on a Friday, and I was working on Monday.
Wow.
And they had a couple of rules.
Right.
Both of them. With the cross.
Yeah.
When people do
You're
this.
gonna listen to me.
Yeah, you're in trouble. So for my sister, she didn't want me drinking in her apartment. She didn't want me bringing in stray cats.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect
Respect our
space.
space. Yeah.
And
How
he
long
said
did
otherwise. It was just like otherwise. And so, and my brother was, I'm giving you this job. Here's an opportunity for you
Right.
to learn a business. And it was great for a while.
Yeah.
It was. I was working in a loft, and he had this great, busy, I learned how to do just so many different things.
Was it like interior design?
No, graphic design.
Oh, okay. Graphic design. Well, that's
And-
perfect for
yeah,
the newspaper.
and so I learned a lot, but the rules were, you're not coming to work hungover.
hungover.
You're not going out at lunch and coming back drunk.
Yeah.
A couple of things like that. Pretty simple.
Was it hard?
Well, I blew it.
Gotcha.
I blew it. It wasn't like I went to lunch and never came back. It was like the hangovers, and just even when I would come into work, you knew.
Yeah.
I could not
You
hide.
could just see it.
And he got fed up, and he said, you're done. He fired me, and my sister got fed up, and she kicked me. She didn't kick me out. She said, you have to find a place to live.
Gotcha.
So I had a big resentment, huge resentment.
Yeah.
And I think I called my parents, and I was telling on them, like what horrible kids they had. Like, how dare they?
They kicked me out on the
So
street.
I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I got a job at a restaurant in the village. And I had, I had people, I had made friends, but they
Right.
weren't like the high level friends. They were drinkers and
Yeah.
people that partied. And I found a tiny little apartment. It was a little studio. And unfortunately, it was 2 buildings away from my brother's, where I worked and where he lived.
Oh, wow.
So we lived on the same block. And you know what? I never saw him for an entire year and a half.
Really?
Never did.
You didn't talk to him or anything?
Nope.
Wow.
I didn't talk to either of them, but we never even ran into each other on the street,
Wow. That's
which
crazy.
is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
here I am in this tiny place. I think it
Right.
was $350 a month, which now it's probably $5,000.
I was going to say 3, 5. Yeah.
So you walk in and you're in a living room, dining room, da 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 da.
Yeah.
You're in the kitchen if you took a step, and then you're in the bathroom if you took another step.
Like a little studio type.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And then it had grates on the walls because the view was a bus station, And it was in Hell's Kitchen, which is now a really good area. It
Yeah.
wasn't then. And I lived in this hovel, and I had a sofa bed and, a little refrigerator like this tall. And
Wow.
it was just filled with bottles.
Booze.
And I had a little closet.
Wow. And how long did you live there?
I was there. I almost got thrown out of there
Oh, my gosh.
because, I was drinking a lot and hanging out with the wrong kind of people.
Yeah.
And we were out one night, and we were out many nights. And I lived on, I think, the second or third floor, and we were going up to my place because we wanted,
Yeah.
come on, let's continue this
Let's
party.
party,
And so
after party.
I went up another flight, and my friend Mark said, "No, you don't live here." I'm like, "Yes, I do. This is
trying
my
to get into the
door.
wrong apartment.
This is my place." And I'm put my key in, and it won't work. And I was like,
Oh no.
"Let me in."
Yeah.
And this guy opens up the door, and he was like, "Get out of here."
Oh
I
man.
was like, "Oh no."
Whoops. Wrong
So-
apartment.
I don't have a big recollection of any of that, but maybe it was a week later. I get a phone call from my brother 2 doors down. He goes, "I got to talk to you."
Wow.
I'm like,
Uh-oh. What did I do now?
"Oh, what?" He probably saw me on the street. He probably saw me because I was
All over the place.
all over.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it nicely.
Nope. You can call it how it is.
He said, "People in your building have signed a petition to get you evicted."
And you're like, what? Me?
And I said,
Why?
"What?" And he said, "I don't know what happened over there, but they want you out."
Out of there. Wow.
And he said, "I think you better straighten up."
Mm.
And it wasn't like we had a face-to-face. He
Right.
just said, "I think you better straighten up, and you better be careful, and probably I'm not going to bail you out."
Yeah.
And I think that was a jolt. And I didn't stop drinking, but I was talking to my boyfriend at the time, and it was like, well, maybe, we shouldn't drink so much. Maybe I shouldn't be so loud. Maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't be such an idiot.
Yeah.
And there was a time right around then, it was in the mid of winter, and I went to a party with my friend,
Gotcha.
and everybody's drinking, and everybody's screaming and howling, and I took a couple of Quaaludes, which I never did, and I was drinking on top of it. And this gal had a loft in her apartment where you went up the ladder.
Yeah.
And I went up the ladder, and I guess I fell over. But there were some giant cushions
And it caught you. Thank God.
because I don't think I'd be here.
Yeah.
And Christopher was with me, and he kind of grabbed me, and he said, "We got to get out of here."
Wow.
So we left. I didn't break any bones, probably because I was drunk.
Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy how
So
that
he's
always
dragging me down the
happens.
street. We're trying to get a cab, or he's trying to get a cab so we can go to his place. And it's probably 1 or 2 in the morning, and it's snowing out.
Yeah.
Real ugly night. Sorry. And
Good.
cab drivers didn't want to pick us up. They didn't want to give us a ride because of me.
Yeah.
So I think he threw me over his back,
Carried you home.
carried me home.
Put you to bed.
And when I woke up the next day, I was black and blue, and I had some owies, and I was like, "What happened?" And he
Yeah.
said, "Don't you know?" And I heard, "Don't you remember?" And so I made a commitment. All right, I made this statement: I'm not drinking. I'm done.
Yeah.
And so I didn't drink
Wow.
for maybe 3 years,
Wow.
but I didn't get sober.
Right.
I did other maintenance.
Okay.
And I got out of the restaurant world.
You think it was a trigger for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister was moving out of that apartment where I
Okay.
started my time in New York. And she said, "You want," and they knew through the grapevine, my parents, that I wasn't drinking.
Okay.
So everybody was so proud, but they weren't really telling
Yeah.
me that. And I really thought that I was doing a good thing. I started to feel better. I didn't have the puffy eyes and the whole bloated look.
Yeah.
And I had a little bit more money in my pocket. And so she said, "You want the apartment? It's rent controlled. You stay here. And, just respect it,"
Right.
which I did. And I got a job. I decided I wanted to get out of this drinking world.
Yeah.
And so I got a job at an advertising agency, and I did have the background for working with my brother. And that was kind of like a Mad Men place. And it
Okay.
was really pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They did go out for 5 martini lunches and stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, I was an administrative assistant to about 5 reps. I worked a lot. I worked hard. The money was good. The agency was about 2 blocks from where I lived, so I could walk up to work. I didn't have to take subways or anything. My wardrobe improved, my hair, everything improved. And it was great.
Yeah.
And then I got another, I was feeling really good.
Yeah.
And I was still, you know, smoking pot and whatever, but I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends, she said, "Oh, I want you to interview at this place downtown." And it was a networking, and this was 88.
Okay.
So we were not online.
Yeah.
We weren't like it is today. It's so different.
It's so
I mean, we used to
different.
have telephones on the desk.
For sure.
And typewriters.
Gotta love the
I
typewriters.
love typewriters. I do. You know, applying for jobs, you had to sit in a room with a typewriter.
And
they
type
give
up
you
your resume.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah.
And they would time you with a little ding, ding
Yep.
thing. I didn't get a lot of jobs because of my typing.
Your typing was horrible.
But it's much better now. So I interviewed at this place, and she worked there, and the money was better.
Okay.
And it was down past the Trade Center. So it was down on Water Street,
Okay.
really right down at the edge of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Beautiful by the water, and the
Yeah.
Staten Island Ferry was there, and you know, the Trade Center.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was in a beautiful high rise, and I got the job, and it was a lot of fun. And these guys, these sales guys, were selling like big networking computer giant things
Okay.
to banks. I don't really understand what they did,
Gotcha.
but when they got their commissions, they took the whole office out.
Wow.
And there was like 30 of these guys. Mostly, there was maybe 3 women in that.
Mm-hmm.
And they were always taking us out. And they all drank. And I was going for the food because we were going to, you know, South Street, Seaport. We were going all over the steakhouses. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, I like this job.
Right.
We're eating well. And they kept saying, Babs, how come you don't drink? And I'm like, nope.
I'm good.
Club soda.
Yeah.
Club soda for me. And then there was one night
You got
I
loaded.
said, you know what? I'm going to have a glass of champagne because that's not really alcohol. And it's bubbles.
Right.
So I had one. And I thought, oh, look at this. I didn't fall off the stool. Oh, this is cool.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let me just have
So
one
I had
more.
another one. And then I left.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of myself. Like, look at this.
I
You
can
nailed
do
it.
this. Yeah.
This is great. Now you have learned how to drink with this one experience. And I would say within 2 weeks, I was back at it.
Drinking every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Worse than ever.
Oof. I mean, they always say.
It's
you
true.
know? Yeah.
Worse. I was never sober,
Right.
but worse than ever. Drinking alone. I had,
Were you drinking during work too?
if they went out to lunch,
Okay.
yes.
Gotcha.
Go to lunch, never come back. There were times we would go to lunch and we would end up sleeping in the booth. Wow. And it was like nobody cared. We
Yeah.
were getting away with all this. And I remember like the neighborhood that I lived in was Midtown. So I lived on 55th Street, and on Broadway there was a liquor store, huge. And then on 7th Avenue there was another liquor store.
Okay.
And then there was another one a couple blocks up.
Yeah.
There were liquor stores everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I had this thing where I would go to the big one on Broadway. Oh, and I would go in there with a story because I didn't want them to know what I like. They cared.
Yeah.
I'm having a party. I need 20 bottles of wine. Can you deliver it?
Yeah.
I'm having a party. I was there every other day. I'm having a party. Oh, a bunch of friends are coming over. And these people didn't care. They're
Yeah.
like, give me that credit card, lady.
Right.
We don't, get out of here. You know? Get out of here. So I would bounce around to the 3 because I didn't want them to think I had a problem.
Yeah.
And I remember just certain little snippets of like one, maybe it was in the middle of the night, I was inside my clothes closet,
Gotcha.
sitting in the dark with a bottle of wine. Like,
Drinking your
oh,
life.
how'd I get here?
Right.
Oh, who can see me? It got to that.
Yeah.
Is anybody here?
Yeah.
And it just got progressively worse every time I was on the subways. I was in a blackout. I was wandering like this,
Yeah.
you know, like you see drunks that are
Absolutely.
weaving. I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand. I was loud. I was an embarrassment to myself and everybody around me.
Gotcha.
And my one friend said to me, you got to get out of this city. It's killing you. Call your parents and tell them you're moving to Arizona. And I go, they don't want me there.
Right.
And she said, well, you got to do something. You can't stay here. And she said, Barbara, I'm scared that you're going to die.
Wow.
And so, you know, I was just like, I was frightened.
Yeah.
And I did call my parents, and, you know, they were settling in here, and they had a really good life, and they were in those years, or their years that they earned, right? And here's me, their 37-year-old, 38-year-old daughter calling them up.
I need help.
Can I come out? Can I
Yeah.
move there? I can't stay here. And, you know, the poor me.
Right.
And they weren't really too excited about it. But as their child, they were like, well,
Okay.
it's not going to be forever.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was extremely grateful. And I started to prepare to leave. Like I was selling things and getting rid of stuff out of the apartment and shipping stuff to my mom, which she, you know, didn't really want. But
Yeah.
I didn't need to send winter coats and stuff. And I thought in my alcoholic brain, I bought a ticket one way. It was August 10th, 1990.
Wow.
And this was like end of May. And I thought, oh, well, I'm going to drink all the way up to the 9th of August. And then I'll be done.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
It just got, like, I would say the last 3 weeks of my drinking,
Horrible.
it was like being on a horrible roller coaster where there were no brakes. There were
Gotcha.
just no brakes.
Gotcha.
And a bunch of not good things happened. I didn't get fired from that job, but I should have been, I think. And I was a drunk dialer.
Okay.
And I always called people I shouldn't call, like my mom. And I called her up one night.
Yelling at her?
No.
No.
Crying.
Okay.
Woe is me.
Yeah.
And she's here. I'm there. There's 3-hour difference. Oh, Ma, I don't know. Da, da, da. I'm
Yeah.
scared. And I'm just going on and on and on. And she was really concerned. Told me to get to bed and it'll be okay in the morning. And
Right.
she just wanted to calm me down. And the next day, I was so afraid to get out of bed. I was so afraid that, like, they were here to get me with the straitjacket.
Yeah.
Really, whoever they were.
Right.
Like, somebody called and they're going to lock me.
They're going to lock me
The
up.
nets, you know. The
Yep.
And I wouldn't answer my phone. It was ringing. I wouldn't answer my phone. I had my head under the comforter. And it was June 16th. And finally, I picked up the phone. And here's my sister. I said, hello, like scared. She goes, shut up.
Ooh.
You're going to listen to me, and you're not going to say a word. Just want you to know, if you don't, go to AA or get sober or do something. I'm done. Mom and Dad are done. And I want you to know they really don't want you there. And she slammed the phone down.
Wow.
And I can still hear that.
Click.
It was a bang.
Yeah.
And within a nanosecond, I called a friend of mine, Janice, who I knew was sober, who I avoided because I didn't want her to know.
Yeah.
But she knew. And I said, she answered, and I said, or her husband answered, and I said, Steve, I have to talk to Janice right now. And it was like,
Yeah.
and she got on the phone, and she's like, Barbara, I said, Janice, I'm an alcoholic, help me.
Wow.
And that was it.
So did you ever go to treatment?
No.
Wow.
So she came to my apartment, stayed with me the whole night, said, and the following day, on the 17th, she said, we're going to go for a walk. And I was shaky and, foggy. And so we started walking through the city, and it was a beautiful Sunday, and it was Father's Day, and it was one of the 10 best days in New York, which happened 10 times a year.
Yeah.
And we're walking and walking and walking, and I said, where are we going? And she said, I'm just going to take you somewhere. I'm thinking we're going for coffee.
Taking you to a meeting.
She took me to a AA convention.
Yes. How was that?
In the Jacob Javits Center, and we walked through these doors, and I was like, whoa. And I was like, what is this? And she just said, sit down. And I saw people laughing and smiling and hugging and talking and sharing, and it was like this, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure.
And they had the sobriety countdown, and I really didn't know what was happening.
Wow.
And then when they got to anybody have less than 24 hours or something, she pushed me up out of the chair, and I stood up. And I never had a drink again.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I followed her lead. I chose to go 12-step. And it has worked for me.
Right.
No matter what. And I still do it. Whatever people need to do. My story's not as horrible as a lot of them.
Right.
I didn't lose everything. But I lost my soul. I lost myself.
For sure.
I hurt a lot of people. And I was just an arrogant girl.
Gotcha.
I really was.
So when did you move out here? What
So
year?
I moved out, my plan was, so I got sober on the 17th of June.
Gotcha.
And that was a very important day. It always will be, not for just the sobriety, but it was Father's Day. And so I called my dad, and I was crying. I was really emotional.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry, I forgot to send a card and all this other BS. And he was like, I don't care. And I said,
Yeah.
but I went to a meeting, Dad. I'm an alcoholic.
And
He said that was the best gift you could ever give me.
Absolutely.
And it was.
Yeah.
That I gave me. So I moved out in August. That, in between that time, I worked, I kept my job.
And went to
And
meetings?
I packed up and, I came out here and life started from scratch. I had pretty much zero money.
Okay.
And I had a real big ego. Like, I just thought I was going to knock it dead here because I lived in New York.
Did you start going to meetings when you
Right away.
first got here? You got a
Right away.
sponsor and gotcha.
My mom she had the AA booklet on my meeting list,
Yeah.
in my room for me. And then my parents had the rules. They had rules.
Yeah.
You can stay with us 90 days. You have to get a job. You have to buy a car, and you have to get an apartment.
And you were
And
able-
I got a car with a busted windshield, no air conditioning, but whatever. I got a car.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was that first car
Yeah.
that I would park way away from anybody so they wouldn't know it was mine. But I don't even know if the windows went up.
That's great.
Well, I think I had like $2,000, so that car was $400. That was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money back
And
then.
then I got a one-bedroom apartment,
Okay.
and then I did a lot of interviewing, but I
Okay.
did get a job up in Scottsdale Air Park.
Okay. And what
For,
were you doing there?
Working on a magazine. So I was back in that,
Yeah, in that realm.
in the,
Yeah.
you know, getting my InDesign stuff going,
Absolutely.
and then just did a lot of meetings, had a sponsor, hung out with people in the rooms, wasn't dating,
Right.
didn't matter to me. I worked a lot. I worked a lot of overtime. I was trying to just build something again. And
For
then,
sure.
you know, eventually when you're clean, you get a better car, you can get a better
For
car.
sure.
Maybe the crack in the windshield's not as big, you know,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. And I was grateful.
Yeah.
And then I was probably about 4.5 years sober, and I was at North Scottsdale. That's where I go to meetings. I still do.
Yeah.
And I see this man, and I was like, that's him.
Yeah.
You know, just like
Yeah. Yep.
And
And
there
you
he
just
was.
knew.
I just knew.
Yeah.
So that's where I met
When
Bill.
you know, you know.
You know.
Yeah. So you
So-
met him at North Scottsdale Fellowship. He was also a recovering alcoholic,
Yep.
and you guys were inseparable ever since. Boom.
Yep. Till the day he died.
Wow. So what was the relationship like? I mean, obviously you guys never seen each other, you know.
No, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, it took a while.
Yeah.
You know, after the La La Gaga.
The honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, we both came to the relationship with some baggage. And we did therapy.
Okay. Love therapy.
We did therapy, and we had some boundaries. You know, that's where I really learned boundaries. Like,
Right.
he's not sponsoring me. I'm not sponsoring
Right.
him. I can't tell him how to do what he does. He can't either.
Yeah.
And there was a battle. There was like a turf war almost.
For sure.
Like we were like, he used to say we were like two New York City street kids, you know, like.
Was he from New York too?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a New Yorker.
Wow.
And so we were both.
Yeah. So when did you guys start the newspaper?
He started it.
Okay.
I didn't know him when he started it. He moved out here in '89,
Okay.
and he came out here. He was living in D.C. and he had a whole other life.
Gotcha.
And he came out here to go to a halfway house, and he was so grateful for what sobriety had given him,
Yeah.
that he wanted to share it with others. And he had this vision or thought to start he had been in publishing
Yeah.
previously, and he said, I guess he talked to some people, and he said, I'm starting a recovery paper.
I love
They
it.
were like, yeah, good for you, Bill, you know, because he was a big dreamer.
Right.
And he did. He started it. He went around to a couple little places, because it wasn't as explosive as it is now.
Right.
There weren't as many choices. And
Right.
it was more still hidden. You know, people weren't talking about it.
Right.
I don't think they were.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Within the rooms, yeah, or out, you know, maybe in treatment, but it wasn't as open. And I am amazed how it has grown, and
Yeah.
how we don't have to be, so ashamed about
Right.
where we came from.
For sure. For sure. So he started it, and then
And then when I met him, or I saw him, and I said to somebody, who's that? You know, I already was like, who's this man?
yeah.
And they said, oh, that's Publisher Bill. And I thought, oh, well, I work in publishing.
Right.
Here's my in. I'm going to go over there and tell him I ought to work on the paper because I could make it look better. So I
Yeah.
did.
That was your in.
Yeah.
I love
said,
it.
you know, this is really good stuff, but I can make it look better. I work on a magazine.
I love it.
And he was like, oh,
Okay.
okay. And so,
And that's how you guys got together.
yeah.
Wow.
So we met. It was my 5-year anniversary. And our first date was the next day. And then he was a gentleman. The first date was great. And then he said, can I take you out next Saturday night? And I was like, what? Nobody ever asked me something like that.
I love it.
No one ever
Yeah.
did. And I was like, oh, of course, you know. And I would always meet him at the meetings because I didn't want him to know where I lived. It was
Wow.
like I was so in love with him. I didn't want to know I was in love.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was scary.
It was.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, in a relationship with a real man in sobriety who is sober,
Yeah.
being real, you know. And it really was a wild ride with him. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
And we went through a lot together. We went through, because the paper wasn't always like thriving. There were, you know, times where things were really bad.
Gotcha.
We were scrambling. You know, you go through a lot together.
Absolutely.
Your expectations. We got married on Maui, and we were kind of in a trance, which is easy to do when you're there.
Gotcha.
You know, the aloha spirit gets
Yeah.
you. And so we both said, oh, why don't we move here?
You moved to Hawaii?
So we came back, and I was like, yeah, I think we should. You know, we were like,
Yeah.
oh, we were really in the honeymoon stage. So we both sold our cars, and we had just started out together.
Gotcha.
He had been married twice. I was married once. He has a son. His son lives in Florida.
Okay.
Not a baby or anything,
Yeah.
but, you know, young man. And so he went back, and I said, go find a condo or something for us to rent. And he did.
Wow.
And then he came back, and we just said, okay, we're going. And it was frightening.
Yeah.
And he went before I did. We had plans. We were going to start a Maui together, some kind of a paper. We
Right.
were going to
Out there too.
He was going to do some golf stuff. And so he was there. I was going over. And as I was getting on the plane, I said, this isn't going to work. I just wanted to turn around.
Yeah.
But I went. And he liked it better than I did, but I did not like it.
How long did you guys stay out there?
I was there 6 months.
Okay. And then you were like, gotta go home.
Well, you're trapped.
Yeah.
I was trapped.
Gotcha.
I felt trapped. It was very difficult, very expensive. Good meetings, beach meetings.
Yeah.
But I didn't, it wasn't, you know, as
just
much as I
wasn't it.
love water, and you can go this way and that way or up.
Right.
And it was difficult, like trying to find work, and, you know, we struggled.
Gotcha.
It was almost like, I hate to say it, but I was depressed over there.
Were you still doing the paper here?
No.
No.
So it took a little hiatus.
Got you. And then when did you guys move back here to Arizona?
So we moved over there, I guess it was must have been 95, early 96.
Yeah. Wow.
And then just started up again and started over again.
Yeah. And came back here, and did you start the paper up right away?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Bill got sick. When did he get sick?
Well, he had some issues, but the big one was cancer, and that
Yeah.
was 2007.
Okay. And you guys were doing really good with the paper, and then he
Yeah,
got sick.
I mean, he
and-
always kept, I did the production, he did sales, and he did a lot of distributing, and he was a marketing guy. He was a guy
Gotcha.
that was always out.
Gotcha.
I'm like in front of the computer doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Making it
But
look better.
we were making it better. But we were a great team, you know. And even when he got sick, he was still working.
Yeah.
But you know, you get a diagnosis like that, and it's just
It's a lot.
it's boggling.
For sure.
It's boggling.
For sure.
So he did what he could. I mean, he did radiation. He did chemo. He did.
And you were
Kind of
right
went
by
in
his
remission
side.
for a while, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever fully remission. And it, you know, it. I'm amazed at his grace.
And you got to be there and walk through it with him the whole entire time. Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Right.
People would bring him meetings when it got to the point where he couldn't go anymore, but he was still sponsoring guys.
Yeah.
And it's always been with him. Jessica wrote a story that's going to be published in April.
Yes.
And his number one thing was his sobriety and his higher power. And I always came in second with golf. We were like a runner-up, both of us.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and he never really complained about the pain he was in. It was hard.
Yeah.
I know it was hard for him to try to keep me thinking that everything was fine. Because he did that all the way up to the end.
Yeah.
All the way up to the end. He didn't want to.
So he passed away in
April 22nd of 2010.
Gotcha.
Earth Day.
And you have kept this this newspaper going.
That's my connection. It's like my connection to him, but my connection to everybody in recovery, and to see how this field, I don't like calling it an industry.
Right.
Sounds like a factory.
Yeah.
Has grown, and can't imagine all the people that have been helped. And, you know, the paper is not just about drinking or drugs. It's behavioral health. It's ways to improve our lives.
Right.
It's how to talk to one another. It's how to self-care.
For sure.
And I can't imagine my life not doing it.
Right.
Like I'm always, what's next month? Oh, what are we going to, oh, yeah. And I get to meet great people.
Yes, you do.
And I get to, you know, have articles by professional experts in.
Do you feel the paper helps you with your sobriety?
Well, it's just a part of me. It's like, it's just a part of me. It's like I never ever thought I was going to have a paper route.
Right.
Because Bill always said, well, you know, we ought to get 2 little bikes.
And throw the papers?
Yeah, throw them out in the basket. But,
I love it.
You know, it's, people like wait for this thing.
Yeah, they do, for sure.
And, you know, I've heard, you know, some negative, like, why do you still print? Everybody's online, or nobody reads anymore. Well, I'm sorry if they don't.
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
And I like touching things. I like reading. I like turning pages.
Right. Absolutely. And there's people out there that still do as well.
Well, yeah, and I think it's kind of making a comeback a little bit. I know a lot of places closed, a lot of magazines shut down. This is just local. It's for us.
Exactly.
And it's not only for people in recovery.
Right.
And it gets where it needs to go.
It does. I loved having it, you know, when we would be at Brandon Lee's art studio and have it right there, and the clients that were sitting
wherever
out there.
Wherever it is, I take it wherever I go.
Exactly.
And it's my calling card.
Right.
You know, you have a business card, and I'm like, yeah, here it is.
Here it is.
You want my number? It's on page 2.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it.
And I actually get excited about what am I doing this month.
Yeah.
And then I get to meet with people. Like this month was Axiom Care.
Okay.
And how they've expanded. And we do have a Crossroads thing in here. I think it's this month, or is it?
I think it's next month.
The one about that you got accredited.
Oh, yeah. I know it was last month.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I like to keep, Jessica's great with giving me stories about, and we did Eris Foundation last year. We did a Crossroads thing.
Yeah.
We did a My Kid.
Yeah.
And then, you know, most months are something. Like next month is Mental Health Month. April, not next month, May is.
And then there's Alcohol Awareness Month.
That's
and,
April.
Yep.
And so it's, you know, community involvement. It's really for the community.
For sure.
In modern waiting rooms and counselors' offices, and like Jessica wrote, you know, you never know who's got it slipped into their purse.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, I have a lot of resources in the back. And I just want people to know that there's positive, good news, because the news that we live in, hear about every day, it's like, it would make anybody go off.
For sure.
It's scary.
For sure.
And it's Arizona has a great recovery community.
It does.
And behavioral health.
Yeah.
And I do want to give a shout out to Crossroads. I mean, you guys have been around
65 plus years. Yeah. It's crazy.
like the Arizona Women's Recovery Center.
Yeah.
65 years.
Yep.
The Meadows is celebrating 50 years.
Yeah. We're still going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And expanding and growing.
Yep. We're not going nowhere.
No.
So, what does life look like for you today?
Today, I don't think I think I owe myself a trip.
Absolutely.
I think I owe myself a vacation.
Absolutely, you do.
You know, I'm grateful. You know, it's maybe I work a little bit too much,
It happens.
but this is just part of me and my sobriety and Bill and the community,
Right.
people like you. But I do need to probably,
Do a little bit of self-care on yourself.
I don't know, maybe take a little trip sometime
Yeah.
soon.
So you still do meetings regularly
Yes.
and all that? You sponsor girls?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah. And you still have a sponsor and all
And
of that?
I
Yeah.
see a therapist
Absolutely.
periodically and talk to a lot of people that I wouldn't label them.
Are you still doing Pilates?
A little bit,
A little
but
bit.
I've had a little arthritis, so
Gotcha.
it's kind of hard. But
Slow you
you
down
know,
a little bit.
I want to get out there and golf
Yes.
because we are having the tournament September 11th.
Yep. Me and Greg were just talking about that this morning. He's going to pay for our little thing and do what we do.
And that's another way for me to honor Bill, and it also is a way for us to give back to Arizona Women's Recovery
Right.
Center. And I'm on the board, and
Yeah.
then I'm also on the board of Mental Health America Arizona chapter.
Okay.
And they're having a conference. I don't know if you know about the SEEDS conference,
No.
May 15th.
Okay.
I'll send you some info.
Yes, please
It's
do.
at the Sky Song,
Okay.
so they
Yeah.
still have tickets.
I think that's the one that Brandon spoke at one year.
Yeah, right. No.
Okay.
Was
I
that-
know.
Was
He
it-
was like a keynote speaker for.
Or was that Mental Health Matters?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff going on in the valley now. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't used to happen.
Right.
Like even Bill got a lot of pushback when he started the paper.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You're breaking tradition. And he said, but I'm not promoting it.
I'm not promoting AA or anything
He's
like
not
that.
promoting. He was
right.
just promoting a better way of living.
Right. For sure.
I think we've come out of the darkness a little bit.
For sure. I love the community right now because I don't feel like everybody is working against each other. I feel like they're working with each other now, and it's not like a competition, like you said, everybody recovers differently. You didn't have to go to treatment, which is amazing, and this is what helps you, and that's okay.
I did do a week, it wasn't treatment, but of intense. I did an intensive.
Like IOP?
No, well, no.
Or like
it was,
a detox?
It was supposedly for grief, but
Okay.
it turned out to be more about what came up was my codependency and a lot of stuff like that I had never looked at.
Yeah. Well, and then
But-
going through the death of,
Yeah,
of
you know,
Bill and,
and-
everything
and,
like that.
There were people and friends that were concerned about, I wonder if she's going to drink or something.
Right.
It was like, I never even thought about it.
Right.
That would never solve anything. That wouldn't bring him back.
Yeah.
I feel really strong about, I have a healthy fear. I'm not going near it. I don't
Yeah.
like being around it. I
Yeah.
avoid it.
Right.
I don't like the smell of it.
I agree.
Like if I'm going to a restaurant and you have to walk through the bar to get to the sit down,
Yeah.
I'm like, zoop.
Zoop.
I don't need to be there. I
Yeah.
don't need to. It's
Just not for you.
no.
So if they are looking for you, where can they find you?
They could find me at togetheraz.com.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Anybody wants copies at their business or their office.
Reach out to you.
Reach out. You know, I'm always looking for good stories, and
Absolutely.
articles, and I want to celebrate the success.
Yeah.
The tagline is inspiring success on the road to recovery.
Mm.
You know, as long as we can like inspire each other.
Yeah.
And there's so many good events that go on, like community unities, couple
Love
days.
that. Yep. Thursday.
Thursday,
Yeah.
we'll be here.
Yeah.
You know, and there's so
absolutely.
many good people. And like you said, it's not a competition.
It's not. It's what we can do together. And I think working together, we can help more people, honestly. You know,
And there's a lot more people that need help.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Isn't there?
Yes, for sure. I mean, this homeless population out there it's sad. It's sad that everywhere you turn, there's somebody, you know, that needs help.
And so you were doing work in the prisons too?
The jails and the prisons. I still do that. You know, I love it. It's where my heart and soul is, honestly. Like, I'm at a point in my recovery, like, yes, I go to meetings still. I do. But going into the jail and talking to those women at their most vulnerable point in their life and letting them know, like, you can recover. It's going to take work. This stuff isn't going to be handed to you on a silver platter. But what are you willing to do? Are you going to get out and you're going to go right back to the dope house? Or are you going to get out and take a different step? Going to treatment, you know, working on bettering yourself so that you can be in your kids' lives and all of those things. So that's what, I try to push in there and I love it. You know, that's my way of giving back to the community and just being out there. I go to Eris Foundation and do that. And
So is Crossroads going to do that every month or every
we
week?
do it. So we sponsor the hot meal I set it up like every 3 months that we do that.
Oh, okay.
But typically I like to try to go out there at least once a month. It gets busy.
Well, you
but-
are everywhere,
Yeah.
even in a helicopter.
I know, right? So, but I thank you so much
Oh,
for
thanks for
coming
having
on.
me in.
I love you so much,
love
and
you
I appreciate you. I get to have your chip
Yes,
every
you do.
year when I
So you're going to be going on 7.
8, no 9. I'm sorry, 9. 9 in
All right,
November.
now where did the time go?
I know. I still have your 5th and 6th chip. In my,
9
yeah,
November.
November 22nd. It's crazy. Crazy.
Get you a special 9.
Who would have thunk it? You know.
Oh, me too. I'm like 36.
When is your sobriety
June
date?
17th.
That's right. Okay.
But it's like,
Couldn't imagine life.
I thought, when you first go to meetings,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I have 3 months. I'm like, oh, I bet you don't.
Right.
know.
Judging them sitting
Yeah.
in the back.
Really?
No, you don't. You're a liar.
You're a liar.
You're not that happy. You're full of shit. You know?
How come you people are smiling?
Right. Yep. But I couldn't imagine my life without
Me either.
recovery, you know. I still, like I said, I do the jails, the prisons. I speak. I'm speaking at North Scottsdale Fellowship on Thursday night at the 8:00 meeting.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm doing that one, and then I get to go speak at Crossroads Chandler on Sunday, and
Oh, wow. I'll see
Yeah.
if I could get up there on
yeah,
Thursday.
absolutely. I haven't been to that one in a while. When I first got sober, I was going to North Scottsdale a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna go
I've
there.
been going there for 36 years.
It's amazing. I
It's
love
still
it.
like they did
Yeah.
paint it, but it's still like, oh boy.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's
I
a
love the
vibe.
little gift shop and everything there
Yeah.
too.
Well, that's where I get the chips.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Anybody looking for any kind of books,
Yep,
go to Gifts and None.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, again, I appreciate you
Oh,
coming
thank you
on
so
here.
much for having
Yes.
me.
And if you are struggling and you need help, you can always reach out at thecrossroadsinc.org. We are open Monday through Saturday. You can come to our corporate office at 2002 East Osborne Road. We take all insurance, all commercial insurance, and all Medicaid plans. We also take no insurance. So come, let us help you. Let us show you that there is a way to get sober. And again, thank you so much for coming on. And with that, I'll pass. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Recovery on Air, the official podcast of Crossroads Addiction Rehabilitation, with your host, Christin Day. Join us next time as we continue our candid discussions about addiction and recovery. Listen 24/7 anytime to this or any of our shows online at starworldwidenetworks.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.